So, interesting update in the Destiny sphere. For those who know and those who don't, Laura, Lauren Delaguna was a was an orbiter who actually had a thing for Destiny a while ago. She evidently she fell in love with him, which he's proven by messages from her where she's like begging him to be with him, where he's denied her and saying, I'm not really looking for a relationship. This was shortly after him and Melina split. Lauren DeLaguna was trying to date him because apparently they had hooked up and she was in search for more, but Destiny didn't want to date her. You'll remember her if you've watched Destiny because she used to defend him at every available opportunity. Like, she would defend him on the whatever podcast. I remember one time Brian Atlas said something about Destiny, and then Lauren Laguna came at him. So she always defended Destiny no matter what, like no matter who was against him. I think she even defended him against Melina. She pretty much defended him against everyone and anyone. Well, after he didn't want to date her, she kind of started hating him. And she no longer wanted to be with him, and she started trying to turn everyone against him. Well, Lauren De Laguna is part of Pixie's lawsuit against Destiny. She, I guess, is like an official witness. So I don't know what happened, but apparently Destiny just ran into Lauren De Laguna, and here's what happened. Check it out. Just like out on the street.
This is my best friend, Lauren Delaguna. How you doing?
You came to Texas to bother me.
I literally am gang stalking her right now. I am gang stalking this wonderful lady.
I work here.
You work here?
I work here.
Do you have anything you would like to say to the audience?
Yeah, you're free. You're here.
So this is strange because it sounds like Destiny kind of just came up on her and confronted her for something. I don't know if he served her with something or he had someone serve her with something because it sounds later in the video you'll hear she says she doesn't know why she has to be deposed, which is like a legal term. So it kind of looks like she's like, I came to Texas to get away from everything, and then I guess he's in Texas. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for stalking me.
You are making
You're a
stuff
one-man.
about
This is a one-man gang stalker army right now. Okay. So thanks for hanging out.
And you just keep making as to why I need to be deposed.
Do I really? Are we recording each other now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How are you doing? How's life in Texas?
I'm gonna go to my boss.
Okay, be careful. Say bye. I'll see you around.
It's interesting to me that these two are having this kind of run-in because Destiny wanted nothing to do with Lauren, and Lauren was pretty much obsessed with Destiny. Like, she really wanted to date him. If I can find them, I'll include the messages here. So it's interesting that this is, I guess, one of the first times that they're seeing each other after the whole fallout and the feuds. And she seems like she doesn't want anything to do with him. Like, she doesn't want to be anywhere near him. But it kind of surprises me that he says something and then she turns around to like hang a little bit longer. But then she keeps trying to excuse herself, but then she keeps hanging back. I'm curious about that.
Why? Why are you following me?
Because I'm bored. I gang stalk in real life.
Free. Your profile.
Yeah.
Your dad. You look. You
Yeah.
are.
Bro.
I mean, Rose.
Bro. Queen. Stay safe. Be careful.
So when Lauren makes the accusation against Destiny of being a pred, she says Rose, and she's talking about a young girl. Okay, the girl was allegedly, supposedly, at the time, Destiny believed her to be 19 years old, and he was talking to her on Discord, and they were kind of texting and stuff like that, and they were sending each other things like explicit photos. And it turns out, allegedly, Rose is actually only 17 years old. That's what's been going around, that Rose is allegedly actually 17 and she lied about her age. So Destiny thought that she was 19, but she's actually only 17. So when people call him a pred, they're referring to the fact that he was talking to someone who was not yet legal. Now, I think my personal opinion is I honestly don't think Destiny at the big old age of what, 35, 36, whatever, however old he is, I don't think at his big age he should have been talking to a teenager, like, period, point blank. Even if she was 18, 19, you're literally like almost 40. Like, stay in your own age range or around it. Because Destiny used to say, like, oh, I would never be interested in an 18 or 19-year-old. He said this when he was like in his like earlier. No, he said this before he even got to be 35, when he was like late 20s or something. He's like, I would never date a 18, 19-year-old because they're just too young for me. They're too immature. Like, we're just not in the right headspace. We're not in the same headspace. But then all of a sudden he was doing that with them. That being said, I don't think that makes him what she's trying to say he is. It's not like he knew that and then continued to pursue her. Allegedly, he thought that she was 19. He didn't check her age, which he is he should have been responsible for. Again, I don't think Destiny at his big age should have been talking to someone so much younger because it is I think it's because I don't think he had any business being around her or any business engaging with her. But if he was going to talk to someone at that age, the very least he could have done was verify that she was actually legal. Because now he's in this predicament where he's being accused of knowing all along. But that said, I want to know why Lauren and Destiny ran into each other. And I think it's so interesting that they kind of got into this little altercation. I also find it interesting that Destiny like never takes anything seriously. Like Destiny is the kind of guy that would laugh at his own funeral. Okay, update. Destiny posted a video about this, so now we have more context. He says that apparently he was in Austin and he actually didn't know that Lauren was going to be there. He just happened to run into her. He said that she randomly just pulled her phone out and started recording him and the person he was with. He calls the person LS, which I believe is Lauren Southern, because he accidentally slipped and said the other Lauren ran away when she saw this Lauren. And LS is obviously Lauren Southern, so I think he was hanging out with Lauren Southern and then he ran into Lauren Delaguna, who people joke is Lauren Northern. And apparently, Lauren Delaguna was accusing Destiny of stalking her and being there for her, but he says he wasn't. He said he was just there with Lauren Southern and they just happened to be walking and ran into her. Check it out.
So she's trying to make it as like a stand-up comedian here now or something. And I'm like, okay, interesting. So then I start walking that way because I don't know where all the Laurens have run off to. And then eventually Lauren Delaguna, turns around and starts walking back to me. And then she starts with her phone out. She's like accusing me of stalking her and just of like following her and patrolling the streets looking for her. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why you're here. I didn't even know you lived here or were traveling here, whatever. And then, yeah, so that was this. I think I take my phone out. I take a few selfies because apparently she's recording the whole thing. So I don't know if she's planning on like saying some like crazy interaction. So obviously I'm going to start recording it too. So I'm like, okay. And then,
So it sounds like they just happen to run into each other. But it is odd because when I saw the first video, I definitely got the impression that he either served or something or was there for some reason because of her, because I guess that is how the video came across. So it is smart that he recorded it to prove what the interaction actually was as opposed to what it looked like. Okay, so apparently Lauren Delaguna also made an Instagram story about the situation, so let's check that out.
I got a bunch of new follows due to the Destiny drama, so I'm just going to briefly state what happened. I was at my job, and Destiny and Lauren Southern showed up where I was working tonight.
I don't know what she means by show up where she was working. I don't know where she works. Some people said she works at like the mothership, maybe.
Yeah, this kind of seems like an inaccurate retelling of what happened based off what we saw in both his version and her version. It just seems like they ran into each other. I don't know why she's making it seem like him and Lauren Southern just randomly showed up to confront her or bother her in some way, especially because Destiny said that Lauren Southern ran away when she saw her. So that wouldn't make sense to show up to someone's workplace and then just run away when you see them.
We were just going to bars. I don't think she was working at the bar we were going to because she literally, you can see she runs across the street afterwards to go to her boss or whatever. I don't know where she works. We were just going to bars, but...
And just like, we're patrolling the area that I work.
Patrolling?
That does seem like loaded language. It does seem to suggest that they were somehow there for her, to see her, which again wouldn't make sense if Lauren Southern ran away when she saw her.
We're patrolling the area that I work. I moved from Florida to Texas to get away from Destiny.
You moved states to... I haven't seen this person for, I want to say, over a year?
Yeah, that also doesn't make sense to me that Lauren would suddenly just move to get away from Destiny. Like, Destiny wasn't even in her life. Destiny has an entire video about how he has proof where Lauren tried to date him and he didn't want to date her. And she kept insisting. And then when he said no, she finally, like, snapped and turned on him. I don't see why she would have to move a whole entire state to get away from a guy who wanted nothing to do with her. unless she's trying to say I moved to get away from the Destiny drama, like everything associated with Destiny. Everyone knew me as being that person in that area, and she just wanted to leave it completely. But she's making it seem like she was in fear of Destiny and moved states to get away from him, which doesn't make sense and comes off as inauthentic.
What do you mean get away from me? What?
When I was a public defender in Florida, he sent attorneys to my place of work to send me a subpoena. He had my ability to do it at home. He had multiple different ways to do it, but he decided to disrupt me at work.
To receive a subpoena? Are you okay? Destiny, so do you think
So I'm not sure what that has to do with what she's saying, unless she's trying to say she moved to get away from the subpoena, which also pretty sure that'd be not within the lines of the law. But it does sound like she's trying to act as if Destiny is some malicious figure trying to hurt her in her life, which, again, in all fairness, Destiny didn't want anything to do with her and turned down the opportunity to date her and risked losing the friendship and her in his life entirely because he didn't want to be romantic with her. So I'm not really buying the story that Lauren has where Destiny was somehow so interested in her that he decided to disrupt her life in every way possible.
she stalked you all the way through? No. My guess is she probably just saw me and probably Lauren was excited to try to get some crazy video. That's my guess. I seriously, because I don't know how she would have even known I was there. There's no way she was like, no, I'm pretty sure she must have just seen us and wanted to run up and get a video. That's my guess.
And now
Also, Destiny does seem to be more fair in the retelling of this account where people are like, oh, maybe she was there to stalk you. And he's like, no, that doesn't make sense. So while Lauren is saying, oh, Destiny was definitely here to stalk me, Destiny, on the other hand, is saying that doesn't make sense for me to do that to her. So he's being fair and arguing in good faith here. Whereas I feel like Lauren's arguing in bad faith and pretending that Destiny just popped up to ruin her life for absolutely no reason, even though he essentially kicked her out of his.
he's doing that again. He's telling me that he's going to like ruin my career and that my life is over and that I haven't done anything to this man. I'm not Pixie's attorney. He lied about that. He's filed bar complaints. He's tried to get me stripped of my license. I haven't done anything to this man.
I feel like that's manipulative language too. I'm gonna be real for her to say Destiny showing up again at my new job is trying to show me, like, just like my last job, he can ruin me. This feels like a bit of a stretch, and not even just a bit of a stretch. This feels like a stretch. It doesn't seem like he was there for her at all. I don't believe that he just popped up with Lauren Southern to go ruin Lauren Northern's life and then have Lauren Southern run away from the incident. That doesn't make sense to me. I would believe that they just all ran into each other and they obviously have a combative relationship, Destiny and Lauren Delaguna, so they started filming each other to obviously Destiny claims he did it to ensure that she didn't make up any lies about him, and Lauren did it to, like Destiny said, perhaps get some drama or interaction that she could post about.
She is very particular about the things she says for a very particular reason, but that will come out in the future.
Other than I dated him and then broke up with him.
We have never dated before, and she absolutely didn't break up with me. She fawned over me, told me that she loved me, that I was the only guy she'd connected with in years and wanted to date me. And then when I said, I don't think I'm looking to date anybody after Melina, 3 days later she decided that she hated me.
That seems to be a true account. Destiny has provided proof of these interactions that show that Lauren definitely tried to date him. They didn't date from all the messages we've seen. She wanted to date. He didn't want to. He turned her down. So they never dated. So it is kind of odd that she's saying, oh, we dated and I broke up with him, because that doesn't seem to have ever happened. It seems like the sole reason she got out of his life is because he wouldn't date her. So how could she have broken up with someone who wouldn't enter a relationship with her? That doesn't make any sense.
It's kind of cringe not to go over all the old memes again, but somebody linked this.
So as you can see here in the video, he included the messages from Lauren and himself. So the messages read, Lauren says, when is my next date with you then? Destiny says, good question, LOL. I'm going to be cramming like crazy the next week and a half. Maybe sometime middle of next month. Lauren then says, that's so far. Sad face. Destiny says, I know. Also, listen, I am 100% going to remain single for a long time, LOL. I am mega focused on work/career stuff, So don't mind F get hung up on me or anything. She says, I don't like anyone else though, and I'm going to be great. I suck now, but I'm going to be licensed and start a practice. You're the only person I've slept with in a really long time. In those Discord messages, you can clearly see that Lauren was pursuing Destiny, and Destiny, it seemed like he got the vibe that she was. So he said, listen, 100% I'm going to be single for a long time. So he seemed to see where it was going and he wanted to squash it and be like, don't get hung up on me. Don't put your hopes in here. I want to be single. And Lauren fought it by saying, I don't like anyone else though. Like I want to be with you essentially. So Destiny did make himself clear that he did not want to date her, that he was not interested in doing that. He apparently was hooking up with her, but did not want to date. And so for her to say, oh, we dated and I broke up with him when they both know for a fact, and she knows for a fact that they never dated because the friendship broke up because they wouldn't date, is a weird accusation to make. It kind of seems like a way for her to get the title of girlfriend when she couldn't get the title of girlfriend. So she couldn't get the title of girlfriend, but she can pretend that she had it and then make everyone believe that she had it, which seems kind of, to me, that seems very odd and manipulative. Kind of like the interaction itself. I truly believe that Destiny wasn't there to do anything to her. Call me naive, call me crazy, but just based off their entire history and what I've seen from Lauren and what I've seen from Destiny, I don't think he would have done that. I especially don't think he would have done that by bringing Lauren Southern along and then have Lauren Southern run away. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I can see Lauren's manipulative language from these text messages to how she is now to how she was after. I truly believe it was a run in that Lauren's trying to spin into Destiny was there to ruin my life. So I guess it makes sense that he recorded it to protect himself. I guess he had good instinct because she's doing exactly what he thought she was going to do.